Hello and welcome everyone. I am Deepali Khetrapal. I am a teacher, mentor, and an NLP practitioner. I am here to discuss with you certain core values which may seem small but play an important role in achieving success in life. Do hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss upcoming episodes. We will be discussing the meaning of these values through various examples and stories and how we can imbibe these values and make them a part of our life. Let's begin with the story. A man named Bad. Once upon a time, there was a world-famous teacher in Takshila, in northwestern India. He had 500 high-class students who learned sacred teachings from him. It just so happened these high-class students had been named Bad by his parents. One day he thought, when I'm told, come bad, go bad, do this bad, it's not nice for me or others. It even sounds disgraceful and unlucky. So he went to his teacher and asked him to give him a more pleasant name, one that would bring good fortune rather than bad. The teacher said, go my son, go wherever you like and find a more fortunate name. When you return, I will officially give you your new name. The young man named Bad left the city and travelled from village to village until he came to a big city. A man had just died and Bad asked what his name was. People said his name was Alive. Alive also died? Asked Bad. The people answered, whether his name be alive or whether it be dead, in either case he must die. A name is merely a word used to recognize a person. Only a fool would not know this. After hearing this, Bad no longer felt bad about his own name. But he didn't feel good about it either. As he continued on his way into the city, a dead slave girl was being beaten by her masters in the street. He asked, why is she being beaten? He was told, because she is a slave until she pays a loan debt to her masters. She has come home from working with no wages to pay as interest on her debt. And what is her name? He asked. Her name is Rich, they said. By her name she is rich, but she has no money even to pay interest? Asked Bad. They said, whether her name be rich or whether it be poor, in either case she has no money. A name is merely a word used to recognize a person. Only a fool would not know this. After hearing this, Bad became even less interested in changing his name. After leaving the city, along the roadside he met a man who had lost his way. He asked him, what is your name? He replied, my name is Tour Guide. You mean to say that even a tour guide has gotten lost? Asked Bad. Then the man said, whether my name be tour guide or whether it be a tourist, in either case I have lost my way. A name is merely a word used to recognize a person. Only a fool would not know this. Now completely satisfied with his own name, Bad returned to his teacher. The world-famous teacher of Takshila asked him, how are you, my son? Have you found a good name? He answered, sir, those named alive and dead both die. Rich and poor may be penniless. Tour guide and tourist can get lost. Now I know that a name is merely a word used to recognize a person. The name does not make things happen, only deeds do. So I am satisfied with my name. There is no point in changing it. The teacher summarized the lesson his pupil had learned this way. By seeing alive as dead, rich as poor, tour guide as lost, Bad has accepted himself. The moral is, a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. What you need is acceptance. There's freedom and happiness to be found in accepting however you feel at any moment. You thrive and move forward the moment you wholeheartedly accept the way you are. To accept yourself means to not deny or suppress what you are feeling, but to acknowledge it. Self-acceptance is learning to love yourself inside and out. It's about letting go of the things you can't change and appreciate what makes you unique. Real growth happens when you accept your own self, face the negative stories you've been telling yourself, and stop judging yourself. Now you can see yourself clearly as you are and not as you want your life to be. Self-acceptance is essential for your mental and emotional well-being. It's important to learn to love yourself and the things that make you unique. However, being comfortable in your own skin isn't always easy. Here are some ways you can practice self-acceptance in your day-to-day life. Embrace what makes you unique. A good place to start is to think of the things that make you special. Ask yourself how these differences may benefit you in the future and how they add value to your life. Let go of the things you can't change. It's important not to focus on the things you can't change. You may find it helpful to write a letter to yourself about letting go of what you can't change and welcoming the things that you love about yourself. Identify your strengths. Write down the things you're good at and love to do. Example, sports, music, art, etc. Practicing these activities regularly can help you feel more confident in your abilities. Set goals. Set a few realistic goals for yourself and create a plan to meet them. Don't forget to reward yourself when you meet a goal. Celebrate your accomplishments. Make a list of everything you've accomplished so far and add to it regularly. Post your list somewhere where you can see it often. Be proud of yourself. Plan ahead. If you can, try to avoid the people and things that challenge your self-acceptance. Memorize a few go-to thoughts you can say to yourself if you begin to doubt or question your worth. Think positively. Remember to speak kindly to yourself and turn any self-critical negative thoughts into positive thoughts. Don't be too hard on yourself or compare yourself to others. Be kind to yourself. Consider a few things you can do to treat yourself and spend quality time on your own. Take a warm bath, going for a walk in nature, etc. A few examples. It's also important to take care of yourself by eating right, sleeping enough, and exercising regularly. Get involved. Volunteer, get a part-time job, or try a new extracurricular activity to learn more about yourself, what you enjoy, and what you're good at. Find support. You can always share your feelings with people you trust, such as family and friends. Everyone's journey to self-acceptance is different, but you can learn to be comfortable in your own skin. And when you begin to accept yourself, these amazing things will happen. You will see new opportunities. When you're aware of what you are really good at, doors will open for you because you're able to walk through them. You will become more aware of the world around you. Your mind becomes clearer and focused when you stop worrying about who you should be. You will no longer see yourself as a failure. Nobody gets everything right, and when people do get it right, they often failed many times to get to that point. You will embrace the life stage you are in. When you accept yourself as you already are, you will enjoy the life you have right now. You will meet more people like you. When you stop trying to be someone else, you begin to realize that there are actually more people who share similar interests, values, and a personality like yours. You will stop comparing yourself to others. We often forget that people we want to be like are also people themselves, and we just don't often know what they might also be struggling with. You will be grateful for what you do have. You will stop complaining so much about everything you don't have and will notice the little things in life that you do have. You will live a life of abundance. The world is a big place. There is more than enough for anyone. You will begin to see where this abundance lies in your own life because you care less about how others view you and can focus on what matters. When you act out of a place of acceptance, life becomes more abundant in areas you never knew were possible. You will love yourself every day. Tell yourself you love yourself, even if you don't believe it, because this is when you really need to hear yourself say it. Many of us get stuck in that place of fear, doubt, and shame that holds us back from realizing our true potential. When we can accept that we are simply human, it becomes easier to accept who we are as individuals. All of us have something to offer this massive, abundant world. Yes, even you. This is your friend Deepali signing off. Stay tuned, keep smiling. God bless.